Air Crash Investigation, a fun little series where people investigate the mistakes in aviation and learn from it to prevent future conflicts. Though the series is fun to watch in my opinion, but for someone who's been watching this thing for over 9 years straight, you tend to see some mistakes in the animations. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna be looking at the animation mistakes in Air Crash Investigation because I'm running out of ideas. Starting off with one of the most common episodes of the series, FedEx Flight 80. But before I continue, let me give you guys some context for those who don't know about this episode. Long story short, the episode was basically where pilot error was the main cause for an MD-11 to be upside down. So if you're complaining about your packages being late, blame these guys. Anyways, onto the mistakes. Nice to know the fact that the logos on the engines are inverted. Also like to mention how the center main gear clipped in the ground. Next episode is Yacht Service Flight 9633. I'm not going to give much context as to what happens in this episode because I don't want this video to get any longer, but let's just get right into the mistakes. We see now a beloved Tupolev. Just gonna act like that didn't happen.
The plane is airborne, but not out of trouble.
First of all, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because that didn't happen. Let me show you what actually happened. And yes, this is Russia. No matter what year it is, that does not mean they're up to standards with their camera quality. So no, you're not gonna get 4K, 60 frames per second, 120 hertz. Is that a goddamn people? Yeah, the tower didn't get hit by the wing. It got body slammed by the entire plane. Last time I checked, I don't think Northwest Airlines was a thing in 2014. Logo was bigger than what I remember. The landing gear isn't even out all the way, dude. Also, for 109 knots, this looks a little too fast. The tail is clipping through the water. Hold on, didn't this plane had only one overwing exit? This crash happened in 2008. What the hell is PSA doing here? And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Let's just make American Airlines Flight 191 a DC-10-30. No one will notice. Yes, we will. It was a DC-10-10, not a 30. So there shouldn't be a middle gear on this plane. That's a way different angle for the crash than the picture shows. Oh, so how did the hangar not get damaged? Why the hell is it two different animations of the tail snapping off? Kind of just looks like the second animation shows the tail coming off very smoothly. Also, if I remember correctly, the plane was spiraling out of the sky. So why the hell is the plane darting towards the plane? I don't really remember the logo being this important. I'm also just now realizing that the ailerons never move. This is Air Crash Investigation, not the cha-cha slide. So why'd you slide to the left, American 77? I'm sorry, but did that tree just clip through the ground? All right, the tail looks pretty normal here. How? Sometimes I genuinely wonder how these make the final cut, because how? Literally had one fucking job. Matter of fact, here's another thing I noticed about the same one. The flaps go down nice and smoothly here. Where are they now? 737-300 when it was actually a 200, but okay. And what do you know? Part of the plane, even though it's broken, is still intact. How does your crash physics work? Okay, so some of the crash animations are honestly kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. But when there's actual footage, they decided to cock block us of a good animation and just show the real footage. Not once, but twice. Now, this one pisses me off the most. Now, as you can see, there is a beloved A320. To the untrained eye, the cockpit has 6 windows. But no! To Air Crash Investigation, there's a magical 7th one in the cockpit! Where did you come from? And lastly, we got this beloved Boeing 737-800 Turkish Airlines accident. But oh wait, ladies and gentlemen, you must be mistaken if you think there isn't a mistake. It's on this video for a reason. Because a 737-800 does not have eyebrows! Why are you there? Who put you... I'm done. Ah, yes, the beloved Concorde. Every aviation lover loves it. Even non-av geeks love it. Why? Why? The actual airport doesn't have yellow markings on the runway, dude. Who designed this? Which one of you f***ers did this, bro? Now, for warning for all the Gol 737s out there right now, just be on the lookout for an Embraer Legacy 600 business jet, otherwise your wing is gonna end up wait, hold on. Go back. Pause. Enhance. Now, rewind in slow motion for me. Yeah, no, that seems like a guideline. Hold on, let me do this in Blender real quick. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Great job, animator, for, like, not covering that any better. Okay, pretty decent takeoff roll, but we know what happens. But on top of that, your elevators don't work, broski. You can literally see it from this angle, too. Like, y'all need to start learning how to rig your airplane. Oh, no, this thing about to stop! That thing got brakes of a fucking Tesla, because why did it stop so freaking perfectly? Also, what's wrong with these two cars? I just hope you guys know there are so many better models of the 767 out there where their windows don't look like shit. I might swerve, bend that corner, whoa, 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 hold up. Why is the engine clipping through the damn ground? Don't you guys love when an airline is just so good at being an airline that they're a part of an alliance before you have found it? Okay, so now this mistake is in 2 different episodes. So this one, right? What is this line on the rudder? What is this? Can someone explain? Also, how? Not only did you let the landing gear face through the fuselage of the Pan Am, but you decide that the entire other plane is motionless. At least the other animation was right about something. Look at this. That's the real impact. That's what would actually happen. Not this. Also, another case of not rigging your airplane model. Great work, by the way, I can't lie. This just goes to show how much detail people put into everything else, but one of the biggest details. Because how the f do you put the wrong landing gear tilt on the A38?
And how that dog get loose again? I mean...
Okay, so the engine comes off at this point. Who put you back on? For the amount of times I've seen this episode, I'm honestly surprised this slipped past my head. Why is the end backwards, bro? Right, so we see this 737 MAX turning left onto the runway, meaning there is a taxiway to the left of that. Where is it? And here we have yet another case of an engine clipping through the ground. Excuse me, macaroni and cheese. How do you expect people to get in the plane? Yeah, no. See, that's like the modern day Continental. See, that's not delivery. See, this was delivery, right? It's who's animating? Who's designing them? Okay, everything seems pretty normal until you look at the registration and realize they got it wrong by a letter. And speaking of registrations, I never seen a plane with the registration spaced out. Also, why is it the wrong plane? No, because look at this. 8 windows on this one, 9 windows on that one, 2 emergency overwing exits on that one, 1 overwing exit. What is this? And another case of taking off on a taxiway, basically.
Hey, Chris Ball, watch your knock! Yeah.
Pay attention to this fracture on the jet, alright? Locked in your brain? You memorized it? Alright, let's keep playing. It looks a little different now, doesn't it? Whoever's animating these crash animations has an obsession with PSA. I ain't kidding. Let's look into that. I think we get the gist of it. One thing to note about US Airways Flight 1549 is that part of the livery is missing. 2 minutes, 52 seconds. The US Airways livery on the A320 model looks unfinished as well. Now I'm pissed at myself for not noticing this. Captain. Your nose goes out. Put it back up. It was supposed to be a fake cough and it went to an actual cough. Congratulations, it's a beautiful baby landing gear. That's right, a beloved case of landing gear clipping through random shit. Okay, so I've noticed this for a while now. I just never mentioned it in part 1, but the plane is extremely close to this electric tower, so you'd think it's gonna hit it. No, it's just extremely far away in the next one. And you wanna know something crazy? It's taking off in the taxiway, bro. Are we Air Canada? Are we confusing taxiways for run? I'll see you guys in part 3.